Um, so I'm it, right? I'm it. Tag. Not really. Where are you going?
I'm putting this up. Paul's not going to make it.
No, Sam. What are you? I'll turn it off. Sam.
What?
I'm turning it off.
No, I said Paul is not coming.
Oh, Paul is not. Oh, I thought you were leaving. I'm like, what are you kidding me? That scared me. I was like, oh my gosh, you're being hidden by the FBI or something, and you couldn't. I really got panicked there for a second. I'm like, no, Sam, I'll turn it off. Okay, turn the microphone on now. Okay. So I'll step up to the top of the mat, pull your feet together, toes and ankles touching if you can. If you need your feet apart a little bit or even your heels a little separated, please, by all means, go for it. I want you to find an inner thigh connection as you almost feel like your inner thighs are pulling in towards each other. Belly's pulled in, that's your transverse abdominis, it's closing the gate. Roll the shoulders down and back, chin's in neutral, eye gaze is forward. This is mountain pose. This is your strong foundation. All right, take a moment, set an intention. Maybe that's a word, a color, a phrase, a feeling. We'll begin yoga core with pranayama deep breathing. It's inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and then we do a bunch of weird stuff that a lot of you guys haven't done before, okay? All together, I'm just kidding, Tanya. All together, exhale, tuck the chin. Inhale, arms come straight up in front of you. Eye gaze, follow the fingertips to the top, and exhale, lower down. Slow and steady. Eye gaze, follow the fingertips. So it is a nod. Inhale. Arms are coming up, belly's in. Exhale, lower. Slow and steady. All right. Inhale. Full expansion of the lungs. Exhale, lower down. Compress the lungs as much as possible. One more this set. Inhale. Weight in the heels, glutes are engaged. Exhale, lower. And second set. Inhale. Arms come up. Eye gaze goes up. Belly's pulled in. Exhale wide. Arms go out to the sides. And all the way at the bottom, flip the palms, tuck the chin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Shelly. Shoulders down. Two more. Inhale. Try to expand the lungs. Exhale. Each one of these, I want you to make them a little deeper. Last one. Inhale. All the way at the top, try to take in more air, more air, more air. Exhale. Release. So we're at the top of the mat. Shift the weight over into your left foot. Take your right knee out to the side. Lift the right leg up. Your right hand is a steel wall. Place it to the back side of your right knee. Now pull your right knee back. The steel wall is not going anywhere, so that's called an isometric, what's happening. Stop pressing. Press. Press the knee back into your steel wall and then attempt to pull your right hip forward. Stop. And go. Pull the knee back, right hip forward, and maybe this time take your right heel forward. Stop. Send your right foot behind you into a warrior stance, okay? So the feet are kind of askew from each other. Bend your back knee, make a strong warrior. Pull your belly in as much as you can, and then pull the heels past each other. They're not really gonna go anywhere. They're just squeezing in, scissoring past. Stop, and go. As you scissor past, the one muscle that you feel is your right inner thigh. Stop. One more time, go. Belly in. Stop. Swivel both hands down to the mat. Our first set of push-ups will be narrow push-ups, so chaturangas, okay? So hands right underneath the shoulders, belly's in, shift forward first, and then lower down. Elbows tight to the body, press back up. Excellent. lower down, press back up, eye gaze up a little bit more, lower, and press back up. We've got one more, yep, and lower, and press back up. Drop the knees down, hands underneath the shoulders, strong cat. Press the ground away, and then squeeze the wrist towards the knees, knees towards the wrist. Really what we're doing is we're activating the front side of the body. Stop, flip the toes over, hips up and back, down dog. Walk your feet towards your hands, and then articulate the spine, come on back up. All right, we're doing it all on the other side. Shift the weight over into the right, left knee out to the left. Lift your left leg up, left hand to the back side of the left knee. You're pulling your left knee towards the blue wall, but your hand's not letting it go anywhere. Stop. Go, pull your knee back. This time send your left hip forward. Guys, it's a muscle right here that you're feeling, okay? Stop. Knee back, hip forward, and maybe you're making a little additional turn the heel towards the front mirror. Stop. Send your left leg behind you. Warrior stance. When we bend the back knee, it's called a strong warrior, okay? It's more like you're ready to go, right? Strong warrior. That was funny. Everybody laughs at my jokes, okay? Squeeze the heels past each other. You're gonna get more out of this if you squeeze the belly in as much as you can. Stop and go. This whole stop and go thing that I've got going on here, it's ensuring that we're getting smaller muscles. Stop and go. If I hold you in a posture for a long period of time, the bigger guys are gonna take over, okay? Stop. Swivel both hands down to the mat. Let's do wide arm push-ups. Hands go to the outside of the mat. Your shoulders are still in line with the wrists, they're just wider. Lower down, elbows bend, and press back up. Yep, lower. Monica, eye gaze forward a little bit more, and press. Yep, we got two more. Lower, and press back up one more time. Lower, and back up. Knees down, hands under the wrists. Press the ground away, and then the sensation of almost trying to pull the mat together towards the center, right? We're trying to squeeze it in. Stop. 3-point cat. Right fingers go over to the left. Take your right foot behind you. Ball of the foot is on the mat. Left arm straight out in front of you. Now pull your belly in and almost feel like the spine rounds a bit. Shift forward to your tippy toes. Bend your right elbow a smidge, but shift the weight over into your right hand. Shift all the way back, almost like a gear shift, okay? Shift forward and then over to the right. I want you to have the pectoral muscle almost feel like it's popping out. Shift back, ball of the foot, come forward, and then go over to the right to where you might even have to bend the elbow in order to get the serratus muscle engaged, and shift back. So let's try it again on the other side. Left fingers over towards the right. You're on the ball of the left foot. Right arm is out in front of you. Now, it's not that you're rounding at the spine. You're pressing the ground away, shifting forward to your tippy toes, and then coming over towards the left. Oh, I know, isn't that crazy? So not with the hip, more with the up. Oh, and then shift it back. All right, come forward. So right now you're a little crooked, so straighten back out here, yep. And then bend your left elbow. What happens then? Oh, there it is. And shift back. Last one. Shift forward, and then bend the left elbow a little bit more. There it is. And shift back. Excellent. Both knees down, hands down. Any reset you need to take in between postures, I want you to do it, okay? Strong pigeon. Take the right knee over the left knee, and you can tuck the knees in super tight. I'm not too concerned about separating the heels at this point. Shift the weight forward into your hands, and then press your right knee down and almost your right shin down, and feel like you pull it towards the left wrist. So it's going to be diagonal, but you don't really move them. Stop. Lift your right knee up to your right pectoral muscle. That way both hips are level and you're same height your psoas muscle in your hip flexor. Stop. Lower back down. Back to the first one. Shift into the hands. press your right knee down and then pull it towards your left wrist, and your wrist pulls diagonal as well. Stop, switch it out. Left shin or left knee over the right knee. Knees are tucked kind of tight, right? I want a good compression in between the inner thighs. Pressing the left knee down, pull the left knee over towards the right wrist. All right, stop. Lift the left knee up towards the middle of the left side. Yep, that way the hips remain level, Shelly. Beautiful. And stop, lower it back down. Once again, diagonal. Shift into the hands, left knee down, and then comes over towards the right. You may or may not feel this on your inner thigh, okay? And stop, come back to what is standard and any reset you need. I would like for the next one to separate your knees a little bit more than what's comfortable, so the knees are right behind the wrists. We ready? Fire hydrant. Take your right knee out to the right. So definitely knee bend, Sam, flexed foot. I'll have your Secret Service agent contact you after class. Belly's in, forward circle, 1, 2, 3. Now, while we're doing these, I want you to think about, not only are you mad at me for having to separate your knees more, backward, 8, 7. You'll notice that you can't necessarily dive into your left hip, right? You're having to maintain some balance. And 1, lower down. Same exact leg, right leg, lift it up. Same leg, flexed foot, belly in. Pull your right knee to the right elbow, and I want you to bend your right elbow in order to make contact, and then be okay with a semicircle to happen at the right side, so you're engaging it. Hold, 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 send the leg back, lower it down. All right, knees separated a little bit more, right? Okay. Lift up the left leg, foot's flexed. Forward circle, 1, 2, 3. So I want you to take the circle, you're running from this muscle. You're gonna take it behind you and up and around. Oh, backwards, 8, 7. Oh, you don't like that at all. No. 4, oh, who's rushing these? 2, and 1, lower it back down. Okay, same leg. Left leg up. I know, now you're sweating. You're like, oh, I get it now, okay? Pull your left knee to the left elbow, bend the left elbow. I want you to squeeze them together. Make the obliques burn on the side of the body. 3, 2, 1, send the leg behind you, plank pose. Let's do it, last one. Plank pose, both legs behind you. Wrists right underneath the shoulders. I don't want your upper body to move. Lift your right leg up. Pull the knee into the chest. Upper body doesn't move, does not move, does not move, does not move. Send it back, reset the hip, and pull it again. Pull, 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 pull. Send it back, lower down, lift the left leg up, pull the knee into the chest. Do not move the upper body, make the hip burn, send it back. Pull it in again, hold, 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 send it back, and you may lower all the way down. Onto your belly, onto your belly. Okay, you're gonna need a block for this. Who doesn't have a block? I forgot to ask that at the beginning. And everybody's getting a block. Okay, there's only 2 left. Whoosh. Here it is, here it is. Oh, yes, okay. This little block here is gonna go on the back side of your left knee, and then your heel will go on top of the block. Now there's Mama bear, Papa bear, and baby bear, as Paige would say, right? So flat, up, or up. Okay, I'm in the middle. All right, what are you doing?
Too much.
Okay, too bad.
I can't get down.
I got it, I ate pizza last night. I hear ya. Okay, loose butt. Loose butt. As loose as you can get it. Now press the middle of your right hip down. Stop, loose butt. Middle of your right hip down, and this time press your right heel into the block. Stop, loose butt. Middle of your right hip down, right heel into the block, and this time pretend you can lift your right knee up. Stop, switch it out. Let's go to the other side. We're saying hi to our glute muscles here. We've got little stratas that run inside the glutes. Just saying hi. All right, loose butt. Middle of your left hip, press down. Stop. Middle of your left hip presses down, and then press your heel into the block, right? The block is just like saying your steel wall, okay? Stop, loose butt, loose butt. Try to relax it as much as possible. Middle of the left hip down, press your heel into the block, and now pretend you could get your knee off the mat. Oh, hello, right there, right? And stop, drop the block to the side. Hands underneath the chin. You can place your head on your hands if you'd like, but pull the knees towards each other and bend your right knee. Now once your right knee is bent, flex the foot. Okay, middle of your right hip, press down. Stop, loose butt. Middle of your right hip, press down, lift your knee up an inch. Small, small, small. Stop, loose butt. Middle of your right hip down, lift your knee up 3-4 inches. Heel goes to the sky. Now, you're not going to move anywhere. Just lift up from there. Go 1, 2, 3. Heel directly to the sky. 5, 6, there it is. 7, and 8. Lower down. Switch it out. Bend the left knee. Middle of the left hip, press down. Just an activation. Stop. Middle of the left hip, press down. Now lift your knee up an inch. It's tiny. Stop. Loose butt. Middle of the left hip down, and now lift your heel up 5 inches, 4 inches. Bend. Yes. Now up from there. Lift up 1, 2. See how you're taking your knee out to the outside? Yes. Oh, you don't like that at all. 7 and 8. Lower down. Good job. That was better, Nicole. Press up onto all fours. Side plank. Left hand to the middle of the mat. Left knee to the middle of the mat. Open up to the mirror. Okay, so it is a modified side plank. Most of us want our arm to be out in front. I want you to shift the weight into your hands so your shoulder and wrist are on top of each other. Yes. Once you have that activation through the obliques, wrist to the knee, lift your right leg up. Maybe you take your right hand up. You can pick your nose. I'm good with any of those. Flex your right foot. That's right. Forward circle. Tiny. 1, 2. Belly in. 3, 4. Smaller. 5, 6, 7. Backwards. 8, 7, 6. I know that's mean for me to laugh at you guys. 2, 1, and rotate back down. Strong cat if you'd like. And let's go to the other side. Right hand, right knee. You can keep your shin down, absolutely. I'd like eventually for your ankle to be in line with the wrist, the knee, and the heel. Everybody just moved it in, and then you're gonna notice, ooh, I'm gonna move it back out, right? Wrist towards the knee, squeeze in, left leg up, maybe your arm as well. Tiny circle forward. 1, 2, smaller. 3, 4, you're good. 5, 6, 7, flex the foot backwards. 8, 7, 6. I know you're not gonna like this. You know, yes, 3, and 1. Lower down, everybody strong cat. Press the ground away and then squeeze towards the center of the body. I want you to find it here in the midsection, right thoracic spine. Good. Stop, flip over onto your back. A little bit of break dancing. Both legs up, bend your knees, hands to the end of the knees. So these are your steel, walls, your hands. I want you to think about moving your knees inward as a secondary motion. I want you to find the little fire, the chip clip that can happen at your hip. Stop and go. The little chip clip happening at your hip, you can control that with your brain. I want you to fire up there. Stop. and go. Natural curve of the spine, Dawn, find that little fire, and stop. Lower the legs down, grab your block in your left hand. Bend your right knee up and then take your right knee to the outside of the body. Your right foot is flexed. Block goes to the inside of your right knee. Half lotus. You're pulling your right knee towards your right shoulder and your right heel towards your left shoulder. So it is an external hip rotation. We're finding 3 places on the hip. Stop and go. Your right knee is to the outside of the body. You're going to pull the right heel towards the right shoulder, and then your this guy towards the left. Oh. Stop and go. Natural curve of the spine, please. Stop. Let's switch it out. Extend the right leg, bend at the left. Left knee to the outside of the body a little bit more. Yeah. That way we're getting good and deep on the back side of the hip, and then immediately on the opposite side on the groin, okay? So as we're making the external rotation, stop and go, pulling the left heel towards the right shoulder. Stop. One more time and go. Yeah. And stop. All right. Lower the left leg down. Switch the block back to the left hand. Bend your right knee up. Strong pigeon. Pull your knee a little bit further towards your right shoulder, and then pull the knee over towards the left. So the block goes to the inside, and then we're going to pull over towards the left. So flex your foot. Your block is the steel wall. Go. Yep. And stop. Now what happens if I can't keep this in line and now pull over? Ooh. Stop. Up a little bit more, and now over. Go. There you go. Now we're getting deep inside the inner thigh. Stop. Switch it out. Lengthen the right, bend at the left. Block goes to the inside of the left leg. Please keep your heel, knee, and hip all in one line. So you're pulling the entire leg over to the right. Stop. And go. Elizabeth, heel up a little bit more than that. Yep. Noises are always good, right? Stop. And go. Flex. And stop. Lower the leg down. Don't let go of your block, though. You can give your legs a little shaky poo. All right, bend the knees, both feet flat to the mat. Take your block in between the thighs. You want to close the space. So I don't have thigh gap, okay? I'm not going to shove my block all the way up to where I've got thigh, right? I'm gonna put it right where I don't have thigh, okay? So that way it's all even. All right. Press the heels down. Lift the glutes up. Now, ugly butt. And I'm talking about the ugly butt you do not want a photograph of you taken in, right? Squeeze. Press through the heels and lift the hips up higher. Now, pull the knees towards each other. Lower down about halfway. Press back up. Still ugly butt. Lift up a little bit higher and squeeze the knees towards each other. Lower down about halfway. Still ugly butt. Lift back up. Lift up a little bit higher. Yes, you're shaking. And then squeeze the knees. Yep. And lower down. Take the block from between the knees. Set it to the side. Knees in. Bump your heels out a little bit. Yep, there's another one, Robert. Yep. Now, ugly butt. Lift back up. Lift up a little bit higher. Squeeze the knees towards each other. Lower down about halfway. Lift back up again. Squeeze the knees, lift up a little bit higher. Yes, lower down about halfway. We've got one more of this one. Lift back up. Lift up a little bit higher. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And lower down about halfway. Walk the feet towards each other. Knees go out wide. This was a little bit easier. Lift back up again. Lift up a little bit higher. Flat feet. Press the heels down. Yes. Lower down about halfway. Lift back up. Still ugly butt. Lift up a little bit higher. Press your heels down. Lower down about halfway. Yep. And lift back up again. Last one. Squeeze. Lift up a little bit higher. Press your heels down. Lower all the way down. Bridge part 2. Separate the feet back to hip width distance and press through the heels. Lift the hips up. No rest time. Take the right leg out. Straight out. Take the right leg all the way up to the sky. Point the toes. Lift the hips up. Flex your foot. keep the hips up, but lower your leg back down. Once your knees match, bend the knee, lower the foot down, left leg out. Take the leg all the way up to the sky. Point the toes. Lift the hips up, leave them up, flex the foot, and lower down, 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 down. Bend your knee, lower, down, lower the hips down, back to when you're leaving. Lift both knees up, knees are bent, hands to the end of the knees. Find your little chip clip. Reset the hips. Stop, and go. Stop. Lower both legs all the way down. A strong half moon angel, or something like that. Strong half moon angel, angel half moon, whatever, it doesn't matter. Walk your feet over to the right. Feet over to the right. You're going to take your right hand, slide it down the right side of the body. Now your thumb is on the mat, so the top side of the hand is what's pressing into the thigh. Even drop your right shoulder down a bit. Heels press in, heels press down, hand into the side of the body. This is your erector spinae. Stop. Take your right toes over to the right. So it's an L shape with your feet. Heels together, heels down, hand into the side of the body. Stop, X shape. Either go on top or underneath, pads of the feet together, heels down, belly in. This time try to press your left hip out to the left a smidge. Stop. Walk your feet all the way back over through the middle and then over to the left. Left hand this time will slide down the side of the body. Left thumb is on the mat. All right. Heels press in, heels press down. Good, Sylvia. Pull the toes back. Stop. Left toes over to the left. Backwards L shape. And stop. Okay, X shape. X shape with the feet, heels press down, pads of the feet towards each other, hand into the side of the body. This time bump your hip over to the right. And stop. Walk the feet back to the center. Single leg when you're leaving. So just like hot yoga, bend your right knee up, right hand to the end of the knee. You're finding a little fire starting at your right hip. Stop. And go. This is an excellent opportunity to see what your alignment would be with your right foot. Stop. And go. Stop. Lower your right foot down. Bend your left knee up. Left hand to the end of the left knee. Now your left hand is a steel wall. Stop. Go. Find a little fire. Your knee doesn't move anywhere. Stop. And go. Stop. Lower your leg down. Give a little shaky poo. We're about to say hi to our abdominal muscles. Are we ready for that? Sure, why not? Lift both legs up, bend your knees, and then separate your knees about hip-width distance. Hands to the heart center. Lift your chest up. Take your hands in between your legs. Legs are up. Knees are bent. I guess I cued that horribly wrong. That's okay. We'll live. Sorry, the person that's watching this video. That was a bad cue. All right. Take your arms over to the right. We ready? Are we breathing? Take your arms all the way over to the left. Are we still breathing? All right, let's go back to the center. What would happen if you could lift your chest up a little bit higher? Now to knees, drop your shoulders down though. Aha. Take your arms over to the right, extend your left foot, and then I want it at the height of the mats, okay? So about 9 feet out. Yep. Switch it out. Take your arms over to the left, extend your right foot. Yes, I like that way better. Yes, stronger. Come back through center and then lie all the way down. Lie all the way down. Feet flat. Take your right ankle over your left knee. Lift the hips up. Bridge figure 4. The idea here is that we really are engaging through the left glute, okay? But all the while giving an external hip rotation, okay? So back it off a smidge and then lift back up. We're really preparing the body for crunches. And stop, lower all the way down. Let's switch it out, left ankle over the right knee and then lift the hips up. Lifting the hips up, not necessarily by scooping at the tailbone. We're not tucking the tailbone here. You're pressing through your heel and lifting up, all right? Back it off a smidge and then press back up. Left hip is in line with the right. Stop, lower all the way down. This will be our first set of crunches. Legs are up in the air, knees are bent, shins are parallel to the sky, both hands behind the ears. All right, we ready for this? Lift up for 1, touch. 2, touch. 3, smaller, smaller. 4, touch. 5, I know, I'm picking on you. 6, touch. 7, this is where you're lifting from. 8, legs straight. 1, straighten your legs. 2, 3, touch. 4, touch. 5, touch. 6, touch. 7, touch. 8, legs apart. 1, touch. Toes pulled back. Touch. 3, touch. 4, touch. 5, yes ma'am. 6, touch. 7, touch. 8, pull them together. Last 8, touch. 7, touch. 6, one leg's longer than the other today. Touch. 4, touch. 3, like you can control that from day to day. Touch. 1, lower down. Feet flat. Press your heels down. Lift up your chest and hips. And then squeeze the shoulders towards the heels, heels towards the shoulders. All right, lower down. A little bit of a twist here. Left leg straight. Take your right foot to the outside of the left knee. Block goes in your left hand, and then it'll go to the inside of the right knee. As you pull your right knee over to the left, I want you to consider, really it's just your femur, the bone going over, and the ball and socket is just kind of attached to it. Stop and go. It is okay if your hip lifts up, but you really don't need to allow it to come up. If you just move your block over to the right a little bit, right? Stop and go. You'll actually get a little better twist. Check this out. You go here and hold the block here, and now pull over. Yeah, stop, switch it out. Take your left foot to the outside of the right. So what I did to Sylvia, I actually moved her whole arm over towards the left. Yep, stop and go. Yeah, you see the difference, right? Instead of like starting from here, we're starting back here and then pulling over. Yep, stop and go. You might feel it on your inner thigh. Stop. Lower the block down, both legs out in front of you. We'll do some leg lifts. Hands down next to you. Now, if you're one of my clients, you already know what to do with your arms. You don't get to cheat because I'm in here with you. All right. Hover your right heel off the mat. All right, lift the right leg up to the sky. And once you're at the top, I just want you to hold it there. Hold, hold, hold. The bogey tendon, pull it back further. Yes, and lower down, 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 down. Hover at the bottom. Take your right heel just to the right corner of the mat. It's not huge. Right toes go over to the right. External hip rotation. Take your right heel to the left shoulder, across the body, and lower back down. Now press through your heel. I want your leg longer than that. Yes, and again, over towards your left shoulder. And lower back down. Yep, try to keep your left hip on the mat. Leave your heel where it is, just take your toes over to the left. Now straight back towards your right shoulder. Straight back towards me. Yep. And then lower back down. Internal hip rotation. Again, lift. Oh yeah, rocking your world right there. And lower. And release it. All right, shake it out. Left leg, let's go. Hover your left heel off the mat, lift it up. Inhale all the way. Do not go that fast. Don't rush it, you know that. All right, pull it back a little bit further. And lower. And you're using your right leg. Stop it. Hover. Take your right toes over to the, or your left toes over to the left. Left toes over, and then diagonal. Diagonal, diagonal, lower back down. Looking in your right leg. Again, diagonal. There you go. Whoa. And lower. Now leave your heel, but just turn your toes towards the right. Go straight back over the left shoulder. No, that's diagonal. This way. Yep. And then lower. Ooh, you don't like that one. No. Straight back. This is your inner and outer thigh. We have an opportunity, adductors and abductors. Yep. Release. Heels together, toes out, palms up. You're okay. Let's do a sit-up. Flex the feet, press the heels, inhale, arms come up overhead, exhale, sit up. Stretch it forward. So what we just did there was laying down leg lifts. Now we're going to do seated leg lifts. If you want to give yourself a little bit of a cheat, you can place a block right behind your back. So I really want you to be able to almost pop the chest through, shoulders are down, your belly's in. Oh, you love it. You love it. Everybody, press your right heel down. Stop. All together, right heel up. It doesn't have to be 9 inches, right? It can be just 1 inch. Stop. Right heel up. Holding it. We're okay. We're breathing. Stop. Press down. Reset the hip. Stop. All right. Left heel down. That wasn't so bad. Stop. Left heel up. We're not allowing the chest to tank down, right? Our belly's in. Stop. Left heel up. Not using the right leg. It's all left leg. Stop. Heel down. Stop. Well, that part's over. Turn around onto your belly. Let's do some spine strengthening. All right, Sylvia, you gonna do okay? All right. Anytime I get, just you guys give me an inch in there, I'm just gonna, weasel my way in anywhere I can. All right, let's start with a wide arm, a broken wing, so it's a modified cobra. Feet are together, tops of the feet pressing down, lift the chest and the arms up into the air. Just the chest and the arms, yep. Okay, instead of thinking about lifting an arm, I want you to think about the back side of your body. I want you to pull your right scapula over to the left. And then kind of let it go. And now pull your left scapula over to the right. And then back to the center and lower all the way down. Okay, hands underneath the chin or the forehead. Almost feel like you roll forward slightly, forearms are pressing, get your upper back engaged, and lift both legs up. Now you have ugly butt here, your toes are pointed. Don't worry about the thighs, just separate the legs. Now think about the thighs, lift the thighs up, get some more height. Pull the toes and the heels back together again, leaving the height up. Yes, and lower all the way down. Okay, let's put it all together. Arms out wide. You can have broken wings or not. Lift the chest, the arms, the legs up into the air. So full flying locust. Separate the heels. Lift the legs up. Keep the height. Pull the legs back together again. Yes, separate the heels. Lift the legs up a little bit higher. And as you pull the legs back together, arms come into the side. Shoot the arms straight out in front of you. Flying yogis. Pull the hands underneath the chin. Okay, same idea. Pull the right scapula over to the left, but lift your left leg up at the same time. Straight leg, and switch it out. Look over to the right. Pull the left scapula over right leg. Lifts a little higher. Come back through, arms out wide, thumbs to the sky, pull back, and lower down. Oh. Hands underneath the shoulders, flip the toes over, hips up and back, down dog. Strong dog walk together. We just activated and strengthened the back side, now we're going to strengthen the front side. So from down dog, lift your heels up as high as you can, bend your knees, and pull the chest and the thighs towards each other. Stop, walk the toes forward. Small amounts, heels up as high as you can. I mean tippy toes. Eventually you'll start shifting the weight into the upper body. Stop. Walk forward, tippy toes, squeeze in towards the center, stop, walk forward. This will be your last one. Hips up as high as you can, Tanya, high, and lower the heels down. Articulate the spine, come on up. This is your water break. Okay, looking at the clock right now, I'm 2 minutes behind. Just saying. I am not skipping my water break, because that's what that was. That was my water break. Okay, now, I'm stealing my water break from me. Okay, I gotta do these correctly because whoever's gonna watch this, okay? So I don't get to do my own, okay, all right. All right, so we wanna find some engagement. It is not holding a beach ball like this. This is different than this. Does everybody see the difference in the muscles on the top of the body? So we're not here, we're here. So drop your shoulders down, use your thumbs, and press into your chest. Yeah, looks good. Shift the weight over into the left, bend up the right. You're gonna teeter-totter forward, hinging at your left hip. You may leave your right knee bent. These are not pretty, by the way. Balancing stick, take your arms out to the sides, but keep the upper body engaged and slowly start to rotate ball and socket over to the right. It's not pretty. And slowly start to rotate back through, and once you come through center, leave your hips right where they are. Rotate just the upper body over to the left. It's a reverse half moon 2, and then come back through. Let's take a warrior 3 or balancing stick. Send your arms out in front, leg behind you, and then hinge back up, hands to heart center. All right, it's not real pretty. It's okay. All right, press the thumbs, belly in. It almost feels like you're rolling forward through the upper body. Shift the weight into the right, bend at the left. Hinge. Attempt to think you're sticking your right butt cheek behind you, okay? Chest and leg are equal, okay? Take the arms out wide, but keep the engagement. This is where we get holding a beach ball, okay? Ball and socket rotate towards the blue wall. Other way. Yep. So this is a half moon 2. And then slowly rotate back through to squared. And then it's just the upper body through the obliques over towards the mirror. And now come back through, arms out in front, leg behind you. Warrior 3. And hinge up, hands back to heart center, both feet together. All right, thumbs pressing belly in, shift the weight over to the left, bend at the right. As you come forward, hinging, it's okay if you don't come all the way down. I just want you to pull your heel into your glute and almost feel like you drop the right hip. Now kick the ceiling for 1, 2, 3, 4, belly in, 5, 6, maybe make it smaller, and 8, hinge back up. Right foot in front, ball of your left foot, crescent lunge. Pull your belly in, round forward, then twist. Your left elbow goes to the inside of the right thigh. Now you're pressing right now. Just stop pressing. Don't move anything. Press. You might feel this on your right inner thigh. Pulling the belly in. Stop pressing and press. Stop. Untwist, hinge up, shift the weight into your right foot, and then shift to the left. Bend up your right knee. Right hand to the end of the right knee, just like hot yoga. Make a little fire at your hip. Stop. Go. Your hand is a steel wall, not going anywhere. Stop. Go. Stop. Lower the foot down. Switch it out, hands to heart center. Shift the weight into the right, bend at the left. Hinging at the right hip. Man, every time I move, the little... All right, drop the left hip a little bit, pull the heel into the glute, kick the sky, lift up for 1, 2, yes, 3, yes, 4. Now press against me. 6, 7, last one, 8, better. Hinge up, feel that? Left foot in front, right foot behind you, hands to heart center, round forward, then twist. Elbow to the inside of the knee. Yeah, you got it. Stop pressing, but stay twisted. Now just twist into it, right? It's an activation. Stop. One more time, go. Stop, untwist, hinge up. You'll come into the left and then shift over into the right. Left hand to the end of the left knee. Now I don't have my left hip hiked up, right? It's in line, good. Stop, go. Flex, stop, and go. Nicole, watch the external hip rotation. Stop. Lower all the way down. Last set. Squats. Press the thumbs, belly in, shift the weight into the left, bend up the right. I only cue to go to about a 45-degree angle. I think that's all we need. Shift the weight back into your left heel, and I want you to bend your left knee, bend, hold. Straighten the left leg. 2 more. Bend, down, 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 hold. Straighten the left leg. Last one, and go down. You're not taking the chest down with it, you're just bending the knee, and press back up. Hinge up, shift it. Come into the right, bend up the left. Belly's in and hinge forward, maybe 45 degrees. Bend your right knee. You're bending, 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 hold. Straighten the right leg. Press through the heel. Bend, down, 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 hold. Press, back up, last one. Down, hold. Press back up. Hinge up, maybe give yourself a little nod, and onto all fours. Strong cat, press the ground away, squeeze towards the center of the body, engaging the front side, stretching the back side. Stop, flip over onto your back, shoulder to opposite knee. Let's side high to our abs again, why don't we? Yay! Yay! What? Left leg is straight. Bend the right leg up, and then the right knee goes to the outside of the body. All right. Left hand is to the outside of the head. Your right arm is straight next to you. Okay. Take a giant inhale. Exhale, lift up to the center, and then keep exhaling, twist to the right, and inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift, keep exhaling, twist, inhale, lower it back down. 2 more. Exhale, lift to the center, and then keep exhaling, twist to the obliques, inhale, lower. Exhale, last one. Lift, keep exhaling, twist, and inhale, lower back down. All right, let's switch it out. Left leg up, knee bent, outside of the body, right hand to the outside of the head. Here we go, inhale. Exhale, lift up, keep exhaling, twist to the left. Inhale, lower back down. I'm gonna take your knee to the outside, yep. Exhale, lift up, keep exhaling, twist. Inhale, lower back down, excellent. Exhale, keep exhaling. Inhale, last one. Exhale, keep exhaling. Inhale, lower, directly into bicycles, both legs up, both hands behind the ears. Pull your right knee in, left leg is straight, lift up through the chest, left elbow to the right knee, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is anyone breathing? 6, 7, no, 8. 1, 2, everybody flex your feet. 4, 5, 6, 7, last. 8, 7, kick a little higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bridge figure 4, both feet flat, right ankle over the left knee. Press through the heel, lift up. Lift up. Back it off a smidge. Press back up again. Both hips level. Lower down all the way, switch it out. Left ankle over the right knee. Press through the right heel, lift up. Back it off a smidge. Press back up again. And lower all the way down. Second set of crunches. Both legs up, knees bent, shins parallel to the sky, both hands behind the head. Woo. Lift up for 1, touch, 2, touch, 3, touch, 4. Now several of you are moving your knees back a smidge. Yep. Touch, 7, touch, 8. Legs straight. 1, touch, 2, touch, 3, 4, touch, 5, touch, 6. Try to press your heel up to the sky. Separate. 1, touch, 2, touch. tailbone curls. Lift both legs up to the sky. Take the right ankle over the left, hands down next to you. Now, I like for you to do a giant exhale to engage the transverse abdominis. There is no rocking. Let's go. Exhale. That exhale is where you're allowing the legs to come up. They go directly to the sky. It's almost like your heels are pressing up into the ceiling. Yes. 5, 4, small, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Third set of crunches. Yay! Legs up. Bend the knees. Shins parallel to the sky. Both hands behind the head. Let's go. Lift up for 1. Touch. 2. Touch. 3. Touch. You're pulling up from your chest. Touch. 6. You're not using your neck here. 8. Legs straight. 1. Touch. If you feel like you're using your neck or your neck is starting to hurt here, I want you to back it off quite a bit and think more about 8. Legs apart. 1. Touch. 2. What have you done to yourself? 3. Touch. 4. Touch. 5. Touch. Did I pull on it earlier? Okay, good. 7. Touch. 8. Pull it together. Last 8. Touch. 7. Touch. 6. Everybody leave your chest up. Small pulsing. 4. 3. 2. 1. Lower down. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Tailbone curls, legs up. Left over the right. Giant inhale. Exhale, go. Shelly, I know you got these. Yes. Right here. Yes. Right here. Press. Yes. Try to press me off. Yes. Woo. Sylvia, what number we on? Uh-huh. Was that it? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, lift your hips up, right? And then pull your shoulders through your heels through your shoulders. I forgot what it's called. Something. Reverse bridge or something. I don't know. All right, lower down, lengthen the legs. I teach this, can you believe it? Lengthen the legs out, flex the feet, press the heels. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, sit up. And stretch it forward. Spin around to the front. Make sure your block is close to you. And we'll do butterfly first. So pull the soles of the feet together. Make fists, and your fists become the steel walls. So they're on the back side of the knees. And then press your knees down into your steel walls. And stop. And press the knees down. What we're doing here is we're activating the hip extensors, okay? Stop. And then one more time, press. So we're evening out the hips. And stop. Both feet flat. Grab your block in the left hand. Take the block to the outside of your right arm. Lift up, twist to the left, and then dive your right shoulder down into the block, and the block goes into your thigh. We're trying to get to your obliques. Stop pressing, twist more, and press. The pressing is to allow for increased range of motion through the obliques. Stop, twist more, and press. We want to be able to grab our sunglasses in the back seat. And stop, untwist. Take it to the left. Lift up first, twist, and then dive down to get the muscles on the side of the body. Stop pressing, twist more, and press. Stop, twist more, and press. And stop. Set your block to the side. If your hips are totally weeded, you can lengthen the left leg out. Fingertips to the shoulders, almost done. Lift up first. Take your left elbow to the inside of your right knee. Stop pressing and press. And when you press, your left hip might come forward. I want you to pull the left hip back. Stop pressing and press. Left hip back. Stop, switch it out, and then make sure you switch out the arms. Lift up, and then right elbow to the inside of the left knee. Stop pressing, press. Now remember, your right hip might come forward, so pull the right hip back. Stop and press. Stop. Crisscross applesauce. Okay, switch it out to the side you don't like. Yes. 3 beautiful breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Inhale. It is my honor and my privilege to guide you through Yoga Core on this Thursday. Slightly 47-degree-ish weather, non-winter weather. Turn around, lie down onto your back. Enjoy a little bit of silence. Maybe you're talking to yourself, trying to figure out what we just did, all right? Why am I sweating? Why do my hips hurt? You know, those sorts of things. Questions, concerns, I take 2 complaints. I will be at the front desk for a little bit. We do have Piathlon on Saturday. I'll be taking HIIT and then walking a mile and then eating pie, okay? I'd love to see you guys there. The light inside of me truly loves, honors the divine light that lives inside of you. Namaste.
Namaste.